Awesome.
We're just going to fucking see what happens today.
Perfect.
It's just Saturday. Normally we're out here recording the Castro Files, doing whatever, right? Wait for some people to pop in here. But I don't know. We're just going to kind of wing it, do some stuff.
Am I close enough to the mic?
I think you're pretty much eating the mic at this
Okay,
point.
to make sure.
Yeah. They're very sensitive mics. So, welcome to The Bar is Open and the Castro Files first ever crossover show.
With Greg and Pete.
With Greg and Pete.
Peter.
Welcome to The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. Cheers and enjoy the show. What's happening, everybody?
Man, who made that intro? That is nice. That is a
It's
nifty
pretty nice.
intro. Yeah,
I'm happy to have Peter on, our producer and editor and everything else extraordinaire from the Castro Files. So today is the Castro Files crossover with The Bar is Open. Angela, can you do me a favor? Can you turn on that light right there?
That light's not on.
I forgot to turn on a light. It's all good though, but it is Saturday. We just decided that, what the hell, let's go live on the show and let's do a live Castro Files.
Let's do it.
So it's going to be fun as shit.
Hell
Beth's out of town today, this Castro Files for the Castro Files channel is going to be much more explicit than, so it's a little upfront, much more explicit.
Lots of nudity.
Well, I don't know if it's going to go there.
Oh,
but
you said more explicit, but I have no idea.
Swear words.
Oh, lots of fucking swear words.
Yes. So for those that watch the standard Castro Files podcast, just be aware that this one may not be for you. And if you have kids in the car,
Earmuffs,
or in the room or whatever, definitely you want to throw some earmuffs on there. So you want to jump into it?
Let's do it.
All right. So today, instead of doing a story, like a theme, like we normally do stories and stuff like that, we've been talking, you and I have been talking about like, let's get crazy, kind of find some weird shit to talk about.
Hell yeah.
Right. And what I did, I was like, what story should we talk about? And I was like, maybe we don't do a story. And I came across this article on Thought Catalog.
Thoughts,
not THOT.
Oh, that's
not like
a different
thought.
website.
Yeah,
that's a different website.
That's a different one. Right. So this one it's actually like 50 spooky questions. So we'll go through them and we'll pick out some of the best ones, I think.
Perfect.
You ready to jump in?
Heck yeah.
All right. Real quick, before we jump in, go out, check out the Castro Files out on Minor League Studios. You can find all of our swag out there. You can like and subscribe to the Minor League, or to the Castro Files Instagram channel. Like and subscribe to the YouTube. We're on Facebook. We stream live all the places. So go do that if you don't mind. Otherwise, Peter will yell at me if I don't say those things.
He's got to say it. He's got to say it. Otherwise, no one's going to subscribe.
Exactly. All right. You ready for the first question?
I'm ready.
If you were given the death penalty, what would your last meal be?
Ooh. Last meal for the death penalty. Oh, man. Honestly, I'd come over here and just hang out and get some steak.
Just grill some steak.
Steak and jalapeno poppers.
Basically what we're doing tonight. Are you dying tonight?
What? I mean, who knows? Anything could happen.
You getting your last meal? The last
what we eat
supper?
every week is my go-to.
Go-to?
I was talking to Angela just a minute ago. Like my favorite meal is literally steak and like jalapeno poppers. I don't need a side. Steak is my favorite meal. So
all right, I'm very close in that same thing. I'm just throwing a lobster in there. Like a
lobster's good, but like I like a lobster like mac and cheese.
See, I grew up on lobster.
But I don't like lobster by itself.
Lobster.
Well, you're a New Hampshire boy.
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
Exactly.
Yeah, Maine, New Hampshire, lobster and crab, like big time. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Mine. So have you seen those fucking crazy dudes that'll like, if you can go through and you can find like people like their craziest last meals. Like some people,
I've seen some.
They're like, I want to watch like a movie and then eat 30 courses.
Yeah. You know, if I was actually going through the process, I probably would think a lot more of it because you spend all your time in prison, like thinking about what's my last going to be because I just killed somebody. And I got to think about what my meal is going to be because I'm going to go to, you know, the death penalty. So like,
It's your
I'm sure if you
literal
think more of
last
the-
meal,
If you
man.
think about it in
Gotta get-
reality, you're probably thinking a lot more. I
When
mean, I
it's-
would say steak right now, but like, who knows?
It's not a piece of chicken. I know that.
Chicken nuggets.
But
from McDonald's.
I would want, dude. I'm like a sub sandwich guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like a good fucking,
a good like not Subway.
no, like I
pork
like
tuna.
Jersey Mike's, but better.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like I want that shit imported from like New Jersey.
yeah,
to
like
where,
a real
like,
sub.
yeah,
like a
if
really
I'm in
good
Colorado,
fucking, yeah,
like Super Max. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
What's that movie with where he like kills all the people like in like really crazy ways? Dude from 300, the King from 300, the King.
Oh yeah. Jamie Foxx was in it. I know which one you're talking about.
Where he like, well, I guess that's not technically his last meal. I mean, it's the only meal you watch him in the movie, which is kind of his last meal. But he orders this like amazing steak and mashed, asparagus and mac and cheese. That's probably be like my last meal. Like just a killer steak and a couple sides. Man.
Wagyu.
Yeah.
I want them to literally kill a Japanese
just for
Kobe
me.
beef,
like
cow,
mm-hmm.
and then I want to see them cut that thing off.
Exactly. So you know which Wagyu, and they're not just like
which cut
fucking you over. Like, is it really Wagyu? If not,
or
I'm
is it
kill
that
the
Texas
judge
Wagyu
or something? You know,
right?
Akashi or something.
Yeah,
They're pretty good though.
We're having.
I mean, we get the shots
beef,
all the
we're
time.
getting
It's good shit.
We're having them tonight.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's a guy. I wish I didn't look at these questions ahead of time. I would have planned this, but there was a guy I remember reading recently. It was like it came across my Instagram or Facebook or something a while ago. But the guy's last meal was McDonald's. He wanted like 30 Big Macs or some shit like that. He ordered like a whole bunch, like a fuck ton of Big Macs, or not Big Macs specifically,
just whatever.
But McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's what his last meal was. He was on a ton of it. It was like as if Trump was on a death penalty or something. And he's ordered a shit ton of McDonald's.
Like for the Oklahoma fucking state football team.
So he's ordered a ton of McDonald's and Diet Coke, and that's all he wanted for his death penalty. or his last meal, rather.
I think Beth would probably say, like, for the Diet Coke thing.
Yeah.
Like that's her go-to drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But hers is definitely gonna be pizza.
You think Diet Coke, she wouldn't order like wine or bourbon?
No, Diet Coke, that girl, like she'd give up everything for a Diet Coke. Yeah, like
it's like, you know what, Greg, I really love you.
She only has like a Diet Coke like a couple times a week. Like she's weaned herself off.
Favorite, though.
Absolutely, that's her favorite drink. All right, next question. What do you want etched on your tombstone?
Man,
I thought about this one because I did read some of these ahead.
Etched on my tombstone.
I was like, I don't think I want a tombstone.
Yeah, see, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I've always been the kind of person like it's dark, but like I'm dead. I don't give a fuck what you do. Like
literally, yeah. Like
I don't
Dan's
care,
like just throw me in a dumpster.
Yeah, I saw a meme a long time ago that it was hilarious, but it was like, I want my body spread around Disney World. Also, I don't want to be cremated. So like, you know, wait a minute.
Oh, I got you there.
But also, I don't want to be cremated.
It's like a finger here and
like
there.
a finger.
Like, leave
some
a finger
guts
on what is it? The
Splash Mountain. Just
Splash Mountain.
throw the head on Splash Mountain in the water right there.
Yeah,
Whatever happens.
Floating down.
You know, I'm dead, so I don't give a fuck. You like.
That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, donate my shit to science. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as my shit doesn't get like wasted. Like, I mean, I want my stuff. Like, my wife can just keep my stuff, but like my body, I don't care.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like bury me in the backyard.
Yeah.
I mean,
cremate. I mean, tombstone.
Might stink after a while, but
I don't know.
I can't think
my
of
favorite movie, maybe something like that.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah, like, you know, what is it he said on Gladiator? He's like, what we do in life echoes in eternity. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool thing for a tombstone, maybe. Actually, yeah, Angela, remember that. What we do in life echoes in eternity. I want that on my tombstone.
Keep that in mind, Angela.
Yeah.
Angela, his wife's off camera over here.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know what I have no idea what I want on a tombstone. If I had to, I'd be like, he was a passionate lover. Just that's it.
Yeah.
Not even a name, right?
Just that. Just like, wait, who's a passionate lover?
What
the fuck? Who was a passionate lover? People drive crazy. Like 100 years from now, they're gonna be like,
who was he?
Yeah, who was this guy? There's there's not even a wife next to him. He's all by himself because she's like, I'm not fucking bearing next to him.
Exactly.
I'm too embarrassed. I bet they're buried somewhere else with their next husband.
It gets weird. Like, so it is interesting when you have a parent that's passed away, and we've had several, of course, and like you've got their ashes in your house, like we do, currently, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with 8 pounds of ashes? Right. And there is a very much like he had a plan, like we're going to the ranch and doing that. but he's downstairs right now, theoretically.
Yeah.
You're like,
that's.
it's interesting. You're like,
I had to.
why are there knocks in my house in the middle of the night?
Well,
like,
maybe because
he's up there,
Yeah.
just like, get me a cigar, bitch.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Bottle of
I've never been.
bourbon's right over there.
Yeah, and there's his gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Think about that shit.
It's pretty cool.
Start going. Yeah, definitely throw me in the trash can.
Yeah, like you posted that video a little bit ago of like all those cool stories. I guess great.
Or you know what? Like there's a little attic hatch over here to get up in the.
Just put it right in there.
Put me in there and don't tell anybody. Like just
But
leave
again,
me.
also don't cremate you. Like just your body up there. Eventually, they're gonna smell something like, what is that
What the
smell?
fuck is that?
They won't know.
No, embalm me. Maybe mummified.
You know,
Could you imagine modern day mummification?
Probably. I imagine like if mummies were mummy, like I mean I don't even know how long ago, thousands and thousands and thousands, like 4,000 years ago, whatever,
Right?
Or probably longer than that. I have no idea. And they're
been a
still
hot
around
minute.
today. Like the mummies are in such good condition, like they're really good ones, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody's mummified today with today's technology? Fuck, dude, they'll be finding their bodies like when like people are in UFOs, like not Americans, but people like
in general,
modern people are in like UFOs and other fucking planets, and they'll be finding our bodies like, oh shit, look at this guy, he was around in 2023. He has a stupid Punisher tattoo on his shoulder.
And my skin's still good.
yeah. Like, oh my god, this guy must have been in a crazy tribe because he's covered in tattoos. He was just a regular fucking like cook.
Mm-hmm.
He was in
It's got like you gotta be like
vegan
like
for life.
frying pan. Yeah, it's got a frying pan.
Vegan for life tattooed on his arm. Like, oh, what the fuck was this guy's problem?
Like, what is a vegan?
Yeah, they don't even do any vegan anymore.
They
Like
just
in,
eat each
in the
other.
far future, they only eat meat. There's no more vegan anything. Like tofu, what the fuck is that? Fuck that shit.
So
Like,
fuck that. All right, next question. If you were to commit a murder, how would you go about it?
well, I can't tell you because I wouldn't get away with it anymore.
Just this is true.
That's good, right?
This is true.
Oh man,
You know somebody with a ranch. I think
Well,
that's
I know lots of
key.
people with ranches.
That's what I'm saying. That's key.
I mean, you have a
right?
ranch.
Yeah.
Technically.
So that is a big. You need somebody with property.
Property.
Then you know what I mean.
I think the biggest thing is to be somebody. I mean, if I actually wanted to like just commit a murder and get away with it, it had to be somebody I didn't know. Otherwise, because they always go back to the people you know, right? So it have to be like
The
some
jilted lover.
homeless person, something like that. Like something like it has to be
They
like
just caught the fucking
to be some
serial
random
killer like
person.
up in New York or whatever.
right, the Long Island serial killer, some shit.
Yeah.
It was like 12 years ago. Some new fucking. I was actually reading about this earlier today.
It's
because
crazy.
I was up a lot earlier. Excuse me. And yeah, they found him off of like some new DNA evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like fucking like he made me look tiny. He was a huge motherfucker.
But he was the
killed
good
like
family
12
guy. He was like
women
the
or some shit.
BTK killer.
Yeah,
He was like the
But he
Boy
looked
Scout
like-
troop.
Yep.
The whole
Yeah, he looks like a family man. Oh, he was a family man. He had kids and a wife,
Mhm.
and he looked like a normal dude. He's
fucking
a really big guy.
psycho,
Yeah,
sociopath, crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right. I mean, basically, nowadays I think it's much more probably. No, not probably. It is much more difficult to get away with shit. There's cameras everywhere, and then there's the trail from your phone and
Yeah.
all that. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, or something like that probably wasn't.
It was probably a lot easier to get away with
probably.
it, yeah.
It was easier, maybe 30
Oh,
years
for
ago.
sure.
Because there's also, excuse me, I think it's from Galveston to Houston. There was a serial killer that was on that road, and then there's a Netflix special about it, right?
Yeah,
And there's like dozens
yeah.
people, girls, whatever, were murdered. There's a train, like there's all sorts. You can go to Netflix, find everything.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the only way to do it is probably a homeless person. But I'm like, what did that homeless person do to me?
I mean, it's not so much what they did to you. It's if you're talking about how would you
If
get
you're
away
just
with
a
murder.
psycho.
I'm saying if you want to get away with murder, if you're a serial killer, and you want to get away with murder, maybe you're not a serial killer, maybe it's your first murder. If you want to get away with murder, don't carry your phone, don't carry a smartwatch. Pay cash for like an older vehicle without any GPS or any type of stuff.
It's got a carburetor in it.
Yeah, carbureted car, no smart device on you in any way,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go find some fucking poor homeless person that you're gonna murder for no reason.
Way. And then bring them out to you.
and
Like,
that's the
you
way-
want to go hunting?
Yeah, hey, you want some drugs or you want to go hunting? You want whatever? They say shirt, and then you know whatever.
Then you,
I didn't do any murders just in case anybody's like
just
note
to self.
to self. To
These
anybody.
are questions from the Thought Catalog on
Not
thoughtcatalog.com.
THOT. Yeah.
Not it's THOUGHT.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right, there are some dumbass questions in this
Yeah.
thing too. So, Would you spend a full night inside of a haunted house if somebody paid you?
I would do that for free.
Like Eastern State Pen.
Absolutely. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. I would stay in any of those places for free. I would like to see. I'm not a believer in all of this weird. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't so much specifically believe in like demons and stuff. I guess I believe it's real, but I've never like seen it.
Yeah. You're like Beth. That's the same way. She's like,
I want to see an
"Prove it to
alien.
me."
I want to see an alien. I want to see a ghost or a demon or some reason to believe that it's real, other than just being like, well, sure, I believe it. Just to tell myself, sure, I believe it. I want to see it and believe it like a real person. Yeah, I want to see it. I would stay in Eastern State Penitentiary or whatever. I would stay in the hotel, the haunted room with all the fucking artifacts from the fucking Warrens. I would stay the night there. I don't give a fuck.
You'd open the door
I would
on
do
the
it for free.
Warrens thing.
Yeah.
I don't want
that because I don't want
on the
something-
Annabelle.
I don't want something to like be if it's real, if it is in fact
You want
real.
it to
I don't
attach
want
to
to
your
be attached
butthole?
to me
Yeah.
in any way. But I would stay there in the room because I mean, it's just a
I
room.
thought you, but you didn't believe.
See, that's the thing is if it is real,
Open that fucking
that's
door,
the point,
Peter.
though. If it is real, I don't want to attach to me
That bitch is gonna.
because I have no idea if it's real. I'm not saying that
Your
it's not
eyeballs are
real.
gonna flip back in your head.
Exactly. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just
You're
saying
gonna
I don't
be
know if it's
Chewing on
it is real.
Angela's foot in the morning
Exactly. Some doll
outside of
chew
your
on-
normal activities.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
No.
would stay, but I don't get freaked out about stuff.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. But I think the key with those things is when you hear something, you're like, bitch, we're supposed to be alone in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, right? And like, there's go out and check out whatever podcasts. And these people are like, they think they're alone. But it's like there's so many videos and so much evidence out there. You're like, dude, they can't all be pulling your dick, right?
You think so, but also, all those videos, the ones that you see are the ones that get traction.
Yeah. Yeah, for
there's
sure.
thousands of videos out
Yeah.
there, but you see 50 of them.
Yeah.
That's because those 50 have gotten so much traction. But
Like
the other-
Nuke's top 5 is one of my favorite, like scary kind of like he does great
oh yeah,
clips.
you showed me that. They're
Yeah.
great. Yeah, they're fantastic.
And in some of those, dude, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
right?
some of those are really hard to pull off as far as like pre-production and then editing on the editing side. But the vast majority of them are either easily done or they can be done. So
Yeah.
like now that I'm editing and I'm like doing post-production, pre-production
Yeah,
stuff,
you know how you can
I'm
like fuck with
you can add fucking balls floating. I can do that right now.
The
with this.
orbs.
I can do that shit. It's easy, especially on a picture,
Put
especially a
some
still
up,
picture.
in post production. We'll put some up for
Yeah,
the Castro
I
Files.
can do that. That's just easy stuff. Like it's not like a boast. That's just easy stuff to do.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't take a lot of knowledge to do those things. So I'm like, a scary noise. And like there's that one. There's lots of ghost hunters on TV, but there's the ones who are like, oh my god, did you see those eyes and that noise down there? Who's this? For one, it's not live.
No, this is true.
And
It's all
even-
edited
and-
post production.
So it's all edited anyways.
Yeah.
Who's to say they didn't just put some stupid fucking noise in the background and some glowy fucking eyes in the back? It doesn't mean anything just because they said it on TV. Lots of stuff said on TV. That's not true. So the
Really?
vast majority.
No.
You watch the news.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So this is another question out here. It's like if you've never had a supernatural experience.
Only one questionable.
What do you think? What was it?
So just after my wife died in 2019,
Mhm.
recently afterwards, I came home from work one day and all the dresser drawers in my house was open, or not all my house, in her dresser. And at the time, I was like,
That's
"What
weird.
the fuck?" I was trying to think like there's
Like
some
was a
weird
family
thing.
member come in?
It could have, that's the thing is it potentially could have been, but it wouldn't have made no sense.
Yeah.
So like, all of those drawers were open, and I was like, I kind of just brushed it off. I was like, well, something weird, but maybe I opened them up. Then my brother he's talking to me, and he's the person I am too. He's like, there's some reasonable explanation.
Yeah. You
Which
want
I'm 100% the
facts.
reasonable person.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, there's some reasonable explanation of why it's doing that. So he's like, you weren't in the right state of mind because you were very emotional and
sure. Maybe you got up in the
I was
middle of
like,
the night. You didn't pay attention.
maybe I
or-
woke up in the morning looking for pants, and I was like,
Yeah.
opened up all the drawers, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta go to work, and I left. And I just remember it because I was not right in the right state of mind at that point in my life.
Fucking yeah.
So I
absolutely.
was super fucked up, and I was like, oh shit, maybe that's what happened. And I brushed it off because it totally is reasonably thinking, because I'm a reasonable person.
Mhm.
That makes sense. I was like, okay, well, that's what happened. So
That's
did
your-
something weird
I mean,
happen?
yeah,
I have no idea.
something was
That's the
weird.
only thing that happened to me.
You can't
So
you can't put the connections
Yeah.
back get it.
And now my brother told me that, I can't even put a connection. Now that is what's reasonable to me. I'm like, oh, that's what happened. I was just like looking for pants.
I was out of my mind for a few
I
minutes.
couldn't think about it. So like, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I've had some weird shit happen in my life. Like I had one where when I was in New Hampshire, we lived in this, it wasn't like a super old house, but it was like I think it was 40s, 50s built. So old enough. This was like 95-ish or something. My brother passed away in 89 as well.
Yeah.
And this is my mom's rationale for it. My mom was very much into like all the people on TV. Remember I don't remember his name, John Edwards. It was like,
oh yeah,
I'll read your fucking all that shit, right?
I remember those guys.
So, but dude, I was in this house and there was a Cape style houses, right? They're very much divided by the hallway that goes up the stairs.
Yeah, the little
directly in front of the front door.
Yep.
Right. So like the feng shui is all fucked up in these places, right? Because you're not supposed to do stuff like that. But there was a big mirror right to the left side of the front door. If you're looking at the front of the house, the stairs are right there and go up. And I was sitting in a chair, like kind of back here, watching TV. And in that mirror, dude, I saw somebody walking down the fucking stairs, bro. And I was like 15, 16 maybe. Like I wasn't there was no ghost shows on fucking TV. There was none. Really. I mean, this is
30 years ago.
31 years, 32 years ago, right? Like there wasn't shit like this. We didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever his name had just created it, right?
Yeah.
We had dial up. But dude, I saw something walking down the stairs. And it was just me and my mom living at the house because my dad had already left, right? And I fucking got up and I ran into the bedroom or into the kitchen rather. It was like right here. And I was like, fucking somebody's walking down the stairs. And I didn't make any sound and then we had creaky stairs on top of that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It was
my mom's like,
old New Hampshire house.
Yeah, my mom's like, don't worry, it's just Chris. Something like trying to like, and I'm like, it's not any fucking better.
Chris is your brother.
My brother, yeah. I'm like, that's not any better. I'm like, what?
Like, wait. He's walking down the stairs.
No. He's supposed to be up there somewhere, right? And dude, it fucking freaked me out, dude.
For sure.
But it was just one of these things, and then the same thing.
Well, her rationale to you doesn't make it much less scary. You're like, well, at least it's my brother, but
dude, it was one of the weirdest. I'm like, that one. I've had other weird things happen, like where random pictures will just fall over, like my mom or something like that. And she passed away several years ago. And I'm like, okay, the frame, like the little thingy on the back was just not teeter. It was, you know what I mean? It just wasn't.
There's some rational.
The housekeeper came and didn't set it back up right after they dusted or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, to me, like there's those little things.
Yeah.
Like the house is 50 years old. It's done settling. You know what I mean? Okay, the house is settling. That's that dumbass kind of like, the house is settling.
Yeah.
The fucking house is 50 years old.
At this point, it's settled a long time ago.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, there was some creepy shit that has happened. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the other thing I was gonna say was, if something's gonna happen, I feel like it would happen somewhere over like in New England, because that area is like
so old,
hundreds and hundreds of years old. Versus like, I guess Texas is in fact super fucking old too. But like,
yeah, I mean,
like where I grew up in the Northwest is like it's not near as like the 1600s.
A couple hundred, 150, something like 200 years.
Yeah.
The gold rush.
Gold rush is about the time that's all
like
started.
My town,
your town
was incorporated in 1636.
Exactly. So it's like 400 years old.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
something I think.
I feel like it's something way cooler shit would happen over there where it's way older.
It's old, dude.
Know,
and it's just, my aunt, they built a motel at the beach and they'd have all sorts of crazy shit happen at their place too. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love
it's
to
just
see
old
it.
creepy. Like I go down when we go back home. My brother's into all this shit too. He loves, like, it's just fun.
Yeah.
But he's like, prove it, but it's fun.
Exactly.
Right?
That's why I'm prove it, but I still love it either
behind
way.
it. Like the
It's
Salem
fun.
witch trials. We've done all the tours and stuff like that. And we're talking about doing a
That
tour
would be
next
cool.
week.
Salem witch trials and like in what's
Salem,
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
We've
be
done the
cool.
tours and stuff like that. And we love doing those because it's so historic and so old that, I mean, like even in the cemetery in Hampton, New Hampshire, it's so old that you can barely see what was engraved on. And these tombstones are totally standing up. They're taken care of, but it's just the weather there's like no, you can almost not see the writing on him anymore.
Yeah.
You could do it like a, whatever there was charcoal etching or whatever.
Oh,
you
like
know
the
what I
old
mean?
Indiana Jones shit.
Yeah, you could do something like that. We used to do those in high school.
Yeah.
We'd go over to the cemetery.
Get a crayon and some like paper and like, yeah. Those are cool.
It was crazy. So,
but that's cool though. Those gravestones that are like that old. We're going to Europe later this year.
You're gonna see shit
and
like that.
I googled the oldest gravestone in Scotland, so I could specifically go see that. And it was like it's from like God, what was it? I think I want to say like 465 AD. No, it's like from 80. Well, it's a gravestone. I don't think they marked graves before the Romans came over to the Christian religion. But like so before that, I don't think they were marked at all.
Threw in the dumpster.
But, like, it's one of the first. Yeah. With the dumpster from back then.
Yeah.
But I want to say it's like from 465, I think, or something right around there 80, which is like, that's a fucking 1600-year-old. That's just nuts to me. So I love old,
it's gnarly.
Like yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's just one of those, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. In your opinion, what is the most brutal way to die?
Brutal way to die. I mean, outside of torture?
Doesn't matter.
Oh man, let's see. I mean,
brutal.
Torturing in any way would be a brutal way to die.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm just dying in a general sense, I think drowning or on fire. Eventually, both are gonna stop breathing. But I feel like fire, it's got to be like probably the number one. But like drowning would be like because you're like feeling that pressure. Because I don't know if you've ever like, almost drowned, but I have almost drowned like. Where I had to like get pulled out of the water and shit.
Oh no!
Yeah,
and
it, like,
I've had it where I felt like I was
brutal.
going to drown because I was swimming across a
it's like
dumbass
brutal. It hurts. Like it hurts your chest. It hurts your inside, and you're like, you can't, you legit can't breathe, and it's scary. On top of the fact that you can't breathe, it's also like mentally it's
and you're
fucking scary.
Panicked.
Exactly.
That's
so like
gnarly.
that'd be shitty. But like honestly, I feel like fire would because it's instant pain, and then you're just dead.
Well, all your nerve endings are gone
at
a certain point. So then,
but I mean, like you watch a movie or something, and they're screaming, and then they're dead.
Like those Buddhist monks who do like self-immolation.
Yes, exactly.
Like how do they do that and not get up and run away? I don't know.
I mean, they're dead before they
drawn and quartered.
Drawn and quartered be so fast. I feel like it wouldn't matter.
Like the whole, but is it? They just literally rip your arms and legs off.
Yeah, but I mean, watch like okay on the end of Braveheart.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now, that's not drawn and quartered. That's different than drawn and quartered.
They
but
do all of the things.
That's exactly. I mean, they stretch them and then they debowel them. That would be painful.
Remember we did the torture show on the Castro Files?
I was just gonna say
yeah.
The torture show and like the Braveheart thing. That would be fucking painful because they're like literally pulling your fucking innards out before they pull his head off or cut his head off rather. But
it's gnarly.
That would be shitty.
Yeah, that would be pretty shitty.
I don't know.
I'm like compare. Like electric chair, not worried. Lethal injection, not even a thing.
Nope.
Hanging quick. That pike thing where you just like slowly go over it, like going back to the torture show.
Yeah, the bronze bowl.
The bronze bowl where you literally they smoke you inside of that thing.
Inside the bronze bowl. That'd be the worst one.
And you can't like get up.
You can't do anything because everything is 1,000 fucking degrees, and eventually you just cooked alive. That'd be the worst thing.
That's probably.
And they're all bad, but I feel like I feel like so much of them are like.
I think the one that spike one where they put you on the pointed thing and sit your ass on it.
Yeah, and where and
literally
your body weight
just splits you and breaks you in half, like into.
Yep.
That's gnarly. We know way too many ways.
No, we don't. We know just enough.
We don't. Okay. That's what it is.
Or we don't know enough.
You know what? Since we are doing a crossover, we haven't done a cheers yet. Cheers. This is the crossover Castro Files Bar is Open show. Got Peter McGuire on, our producer editor for the Castro Files. Thanks for joining.
Howdy.
Appreciate it. All right. Have you ever seen a fresh corpse?
A fresh corpse. Well, I mean, yes.
You were in the
I don't
military.
want to talk about it, but yeah.
No, that's that's fine. Okay. I was thinking about that, and I was kind of like, well, my mom.
Yeah, that's
and certain things like personal people, that's fine.
Yeah, personal people is all it was, but
yeah, but how about anybody like my buddy was just like out for a run one time, and there was a dude down this like little grassy slope. It was like on a running trail, not a trail, but like a path, and this guy was just kind of like laying there, napping,
and he was dead.
And he's like, he ran one way, and it was running back, and the guy was still in the exact same spot, laying down, or however he was laying down, right? And he's like, "Oh fuck!" He's like,
I gotta check.
I gotta check.
Yeah.
And he went up. He's like, "Hey man,
Nothing.
hey dude, hey." And he went over and he poked him, and he's like, "Oh shit."
That'd be easier to deal with than some of you.
No. That's why it's like a hard question,
Yeah.
because like we find like our family members
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
that'd
It's like a
be-
completely different situation. I'm thinking like somebody just like out. You're like, fuck.
Like stumbled upon a dead body.
Yeah. You're
I've
like-
never stumbled across a dead
I
body.
mean, I don't
no.
walk around a lot of alleys and stuff like that, right? But you know, he was like, dude, it was messed up. He's like, and again, this was pre-cell phone, so he had to like
So you go
run
all the way back,
and
find
find
somebody,
find some place to call the cops.
grab the phone, pay phone, and do.
Dude, I was thinking, I've never come across anybody just, we'll call it out in the wild, right? Where you're just like, just chilling and somebody's just fucking, I mean, that would be gnarly.
I mean, just like mathematic wise, I mean, tons of people have to have that happen. Like,
I mean,
for as many people are in the world,
so
there
many people
has to
die.
happen
Yeah,
a lot.
absolutely.
Like,
I mean,
tons of people have
well, I
come
think
across dead
he had
bodies.
said that the paramedics showed up and he just had a heart attack. He was out like
it makes
walking
sense.
or
He's
whatever.
just like an old guy.
Yeah, something like that.
homeless
Just had
and-
it was just a guy out for a hike
to
and
sleep.
sat down because he was probably just
That's probably the way to go, though. You're
Sat
tired,
down
take a nap, fall asleep,
little
Die.
dirt nap.
a literal dirt nap. Yeah, that's the way to do it, though. I mean, shit, that's the way I want to go.
Exactly. All right. Have you ever had your tarot cards read?
Tarot. Oh,
Those
no, I
fancy
haven't.
ones?
I
No.
haven't.
I had them done and they're bullshit.
Yeah, I imagine they are.
Just letting y'all know. What's that? No, we've got some people watching. Washed Up Goon says, Beth looks buff these days. I'll let her know. She's up in Santa Fe. This buff,
I got a
this,
haircut,
this guy over here, Beth also grew her beard out.
She didn't get a wax for a couple of weeks.
I know. It's all right. All right. In a zombie apocalypse, what would your weapon of choice be? And I read this one earlier and I did give thought to this.
Yeah. Oh man. See, my first thought process is I'd probably die. Because I mean,
You're just gonna turn into a zombie?
no, I mean,
Just like, fuck it,
for
give up?
the reality is, I mean, if the whole world turns into zombies, am I gonna be one of those like 12 people in the show that like can make it through the zombie apocalypse? Probably not. I would like to think I am, but the reality is I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna be one of the fucking zombies. But
That's
if
right.
let's say I make it.
Yeah.
You don't want a gun because you're gonna eventually run out of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
So you want some type of stabby weapon.
Machete.
What's that dude with the fucking? He had a bow.
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch the show. I don't remember his name,
Yeah.
but like the guy that had the bow.
No,
That's probably
crossbow.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, a crossbow.
But
Or
then you can
something.
go get your
Yeah,
arrows,
yeah.
like-
You can get.
but
you can
eventually you're
retrieve
gonna
your
run
arrows.
out of arrows.
Exactly. So maybe a bow or crossbow, and like some type of backup, like a fucking machete. I think a machete would be perfect.
You need
The
something
perfect-
a
the
little
perfect length.
longer.
It's
right.
the perfect length. You don't get to carry a fucking
quick.
broadsword
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
But it's also like a dagger is too fucking close. Like
See,
a
that's what I
machete
was thinking.
is perfect.
Yeah.
I think machete. Yeah,
I went with fucking Moabs.
Like missiles.
Yeah, like if I,
mean,
could
yeah,
have
perfect
a
end of the world.
weapon, I'm like,
yeah.
no, those Moabs, those 2,000
Mother of all bombs. Yeah,
exactly.
I used to build munitions in the
I
Marine
want
Corps.
those.
Yeah, no, those aren't 2,000. Those are like
Or
fucking
wh-
like 40. I don't even know.
However big they are,
Hey, do a quick fact check on that one. But
however big
whatever
Moabs
a
are.
Moab is,
I was like,
that big. Yeah,
because if they're in population centers, just Moab the shit
for
out of
sure.
all of them.
I guess if you could have any weapon in the world, yeah,
That's what
nuclear
I was
fucking
thinking.
bombs.
I was, I literally started
nuclear
with like
explosions.
a little machete, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's too close for comfort. That means
No,
you're like
fuck no.
that means
Yeah.
this.
I'm thinking like up close and personal. But if you can be in a fucking bunker
Well,
somewhere,
because
and
you
just
don't want to go
drop a bomb
thermonuclear,
on 'em,
right? Because then you fuck up the planet. But a
it's already fucked
Moab,
up.
when you guys were dropping those motherfuckers over in like Afghanistan and shit, it just blows up the side of the mountain.
Yeah, true.
Right? Perfect. That's
Yeah.
about the radius that you want to take out when you
True.
are like
True.
zombie apocalypse happening.
Has taken
over
off all of Atlanta, and now you just need to destroy
Perfect.
Atlanta. You drop
Yeah.
a couple more.
Just a couple of them. Few, 4,
Yeah,
5,
3,
whatever.
2,
I don't know how many it is.
I don't know. You know what? If you were to destroy
Okay,
all the
secondary,
major,
backup,
oh yeah,
pistol, AR probably.
I think. I mean, if you have an AR, you can also have a pistol because you can still have a bunch of leftover ammo, or not
Mhm.
leftover, but rather reserve ammo. It's just going to be like eventually you'll run out.
That's the problem.
So you want something that will stick around forever, like a machete,
Yeah.
something a lawnmower blade. I don't know, whatever. Like
But legitimately,
something that
I'm
will
just saying.
stick around forever. Because
Daryl,
eventually,
thank
I
you.
mean, you could have a lot of fucking ammo. Daryl, that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a lot of fucking like, ammo in reserve for sure. But eventually,
Like I've got a
you
couple
will run-
thousand rounds.
Yeah, I have a couple thousand rounds.
That's
Like,
not nearly.
but you
enough.
think about it as zombie apocalypse. I gotta kill all the fucking million San Antonians that aren't fucking zombies, or some of them that are or aren't. Whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, did I say aren't?
Are
Whatever.
I mean, some of them already.
I
are.
gotta call any. I gotta kill them all and
Just
take their
depends.
food and all the other shit. You know, like for however long that lasts.
Just saying,
Yeah,
bomb it all,
I agree. Actually, that sounds like a better idea.
blow that shit.
Just bomb them all. And somehow I'm not in the place where it gets bombed.
All right. If you had to chop off a piece of your body, which would you choose?
Pinky. I feel like they're useless.
They really are.
They're fucking useless.
Baby
Plus,
toe.
yeah, my left hand because that's fucking useless too. I'm right-handed, so like my left hand could go, and I would be
And then you put just like in The Walking Dead, where the brother used to have the thing with like the pike thing.
I never watched it. I have no idea.
Fucking what's his Daryl's brother had like he got his arm hand cut off
fuck!
because he got bit.
You know, I
he
remember
put
that.
that-
He cut off his fucking arm, his
Then he
own
put
arm,
that
right?
pike
Yeah,
leather thing.
that's stupid.
That kind of is stupid.
It's just why would you want a stabby weapon as your fucking arm?
Because you just go like this,
But I mean, why would you want something that doesn't move at all? Like, I mean, yes,
dude. Because it's the end of the world. Wait. Go, yeah,
Did-
definitely
is it-
finger.
is
Finger
it-
maybe?
Is it during the zombie apocalypse you have to cut off a piece of your body? Because those are two different questions.
No,
but
those
I
are
mean,
two different questions.
technically,
No, I'm just saying like now, like it doesn't have to be zombie.
pinky foot, pinky toe, pinky finger.
I follow this guy, and I can't think of his name right now, but he lost his arm in a ATV accident,
Mhm.
and basically, they were trying to save it, whatever, but he ended up having to have it removed from like his bicep down. Right now, he's powerlifting, right,
Yeah,
and he's gone through a shit ton of prosthesis, right, where so he can like bench press almost. It's like just like that motion for this side.
yeah,
But it's like mechanically able, and it's not a hand. He's
Yeah.
got like different pieces that he can like hang on to a bar and like do deadlifts and crazy shit. So the technology is definitely there,
Well,
right? And then you
technology
can have like the
wise,
hands that spin around like the 127 hours
you see
guy.
you see that one where the guy has an automated hand where you press the button, it's like it was like all by itself. It was fucking awesome. Like that would be,
Like you just
that
lay
would save
down
time.
and be like,
Like,
yeah, I mean, really
for
would.
sure, and probably keep your heart pressure down while you're doing it. But also, I was also just thinking, you know what? I know a lot of guys who are amputees, mostly from like on legs. I think like you walk Derek or Crispy,
Yeah,
those
getting blown
guys,
up. Yeah.
and man, those guys move around like. I mean, I'm not an amputee, so I can't speak for them, but like they move around from what you see on like
Pretty
the internet.
well.
They move around real good. So I'm thinking, probably like if I had to lose something like that, a
Like-
leg
Yeah.
before I lose an arm. You know what I mean?
Before that's why a guy a long time ago when I started working at the grocery stores when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
16, 17 or something like that. We have these balers for like cardboard.
No, I remember those. Yeah, I remember those.
And
yeah.
you have to you put baling wire through
Yep.
all these things,
I was
right?
working at Safeway a long time
And,
ago. Yeah.
and you have to wind them up and all of this. And one of the guys was like, always wear goggles or glasses with this thing. He goes, you only have 2 of these. And he goes, I don't give a shit if you lose your hand, but you only have 2 eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's very
That's a
and
really good
all it would
point.
take is just poking. He goes, that wire,
Yeah.
you don't know if it's gonna pop. I've had them pop and break.
Yeah.
You have to rewrap
apart,
the fucking
yeah.
thing. And I was like, things like that, like your
That's a
eyes,
really
like,
good
yeah,
point,
take
yeah.
my fucking hand off, keep my eyes.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to lose the eyes. Don't want to lose the dick.
Definitely not the dick. Yeah, because I was like,
Because I mean,
Can't
you don't want to do that.
rebuild that. I mean,
You can't. I mean,
it's not the Bionic Man back in the day, or when it was
I think I just don't
the
think
$1 Million Man or whatever it
He
was
probably
called.
just didn't fuck. He couldn't have.
Couldn't have.
Everything was fake.
I don't know. Would you buy a doll that you knew was haunted, Annabelle?
Would I buy it? A doll was new as haunted?
Like,
That goes
it's
back to my.
legit haunted. Like this fucking thing.
I
is
don't think
proven-
I would like even if I want to. My wife wouldn't let in the house, so it's totally irrelevant. Like
That's
I was
true.
like, hey,
Yeah,
look at
that's
this
same
cool
with Beth.
Annabelle doll. She's like, nope.
So I've been trying to get like something for the Castro Files podcast set, right? I'm trying to, but I'm kind of like, I'm not going to the like Walmart to buy a doll.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's got to be creepy. It's got to be.
Well, would you go Annabelle like from the movie or the actual like Raggedy Ann Annabelle in real life?
Dude, the one from the real one looks pretty. It's a Raggedy Ann, but it looks pretty raggedy.
Exactly. It's like a used Raggedy Ann.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
Or is it Raggedy Andy?
Raggedy Ann.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the girl. I don't know, man. Frightening Me said no to the haunted sex doll. We used to have one that used to sit here in the corner.
Yeah. So wait.
She's not haunted though.
She sure?
She's just a blow up.
She's seen some things in her life.
No, she's not that kind of a doll.
Oh, you don't think so? But what do you do?
No,
when you're
she's
not,
not.
what do you do when
Trust
you're not
me.
here?
Yeah, well, this is true. So I've been trying to find something small to put just on the set that can fit in that
genre.
There. Yeah. But I'm like, I'm not going. Beth and I talked about this last week on another upcoming show. I'm like, I'm not buying shit and bringing it into my house that's used, because you never know that bad juju that's attached to it, right? You're like,
that's why I say fuck Goodwill. Anything used. I don't want somebody's old underwear or an old shirt or an old toy.
I mean, I understand the purpose for it. Some people need that.
I mean, yeah, some people do.
But I'm not buying your fucking old used Raggedy Ann doll.
Nope.
Because that bitch is haunted.
Absolutely.
Fuck that. All right. Do you believe in any mythical monsters like chupacabras or shadow people?
So I used to live I used to work right by Skinwalker Ranch in Utah.
Oh, really?
So I lived in Vernal, Utah for 6 years in the oil field.
That's awesome.
And Skinwalker Ranch is just outside of Vernal in a place called Roosevelt. It's kind of between Roosevelt and Vernal. I think it's called Uinta Indian. What's it? Uinta Indian Reservation is what it is.
Okay.
And Skinwalker Ranch is on that reservation. I would drive past it every day.
It's privately owned, right?
It's privately owned.
It's all. I know it's like all security.
Yeah, it's all security.
Shit, yeah.
So I don't know much about. I don't know if it's supposed to be aliens there or what's the idea.
It's all sorts.
It's called Skinwalker Ranch, so I'm assuming it's skinwalkers.
Yeah.
But why would the government protect skinwalkers? That doesn't make any sense to me. With that being said, I drove past there a bunch of times, and it's a federal, federal place because it's a reservation.
Oh,
so seeing federal cars there, SUVs and whatnot, is a pretty normal thing. But so everybody knows the road to get to Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay.
I'm driving past one day and I see a line of SUVs, blacked out SUVs leaving that road. I was like
that's CIA or something. Yeah,
something sketchy. Who the fuck knows?
And you were military, so you know.
And I was like, it's something weird, but it makes no sense. So I drove out, did my work for the day. On my way home that day, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this road. So I take the left and I fucking go down the road for I don't know a couple of miles. I mean, not a mile. I shouldn't say a couple of miles, but maybe a mile. And then you start hitting those culverts, not culverts, but those dividers.
Oh, where you have to drive.
That are made to slow traffic down. So I started going through those, and then I see this high fence, and I was like, weird. And then this guy standing there with a gun. He's like, what you doing? I was like, nothing, just seeing what's over. He's like, you got to go. I was like, okay. So I turned around and went home.
They were like an AR or something?
Yeah, he was just standing there with an AR, just with a regular ass, movable. It wasn't like a automatic fence. It was like a fence he had to open.
He had to pick up.
But I was like, okay.
Sawhorse.
But I saw it in person. I was like, all right. So the government,
something out there.
So my question was this. I was like, why would the government spends billions of dollars for no reason all the time?
Right.
Whatever. That's not a shock. But why would the government spend all the money and the security for that specific spot in the middle of nowhere for nothing? That's what
There's
I'm guessing.
There's got to be something to it.
There's got to be some reason that they're there. Why? I have no idea.
And it's privately owned.
And it's privately owned, yeah. And my previous wife, she was Native American, and she wasn't from that area, but she grew up in that area.
Okay.
And she had told me she had camped there multiple times, and she had seen skinwalkers, which is if you don't know what skinwalker is,
go through it, yeah.
So that's like a person who can transform, shapeshift, if you will, into some type of animal, or sometimes it's not an animal. Sometimes it's a chimera of an animal with a wolf, or an animal and a bear, or some type of weird creature that's scary. And sometimes skinwalkers aren't scary. Sometimes skinwalkers are there to get rid of the white people, or to get rid of so there's stories of skinwalkers who are there to
Indian lore.
It's Indian lore, exactly,
yeah.
Native American lore, and they get rid of get rid of whoever's trying to conquer them or take away their land or whatever, whatever their lore is. But so they're not always scary in the sense of from the lore. Sometimes they're there to protect the people, but I think it'd be scary to anybody if they fucking decide, regardless of I'm here to protect you, but I'm a fucking half wolf, half person. It's scary. So Whether I believe it, I don't know, but it's there. I don't really believe in any of those fucking things. But that's what I'm saying. Like the Skinwalker Ranch
That
is
one,
real.
yeah.
I saw it in person.
The fucking ranch is
the
real.
federal government is fucking protecting it for some reason. I've been told it's for aliens, like Area 51 type shit. But
Yeah.
that makes no sense of why would
Like
Area
off
51
of
right there?
what's the island out of California, or whatever? There's a big alien
Catalina
thing out-
Island?
Catalina, yeah.
Oh, I've been to Catalina a bunch of times. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was
Deep. There's like deep trenches underneath
No
there,
shit.
and like there's a bunch of
I didn't know
shows that have
that.
gone
That's
out there and
cool.
done a bunch of crazy shit where you see shit coming out of the water and stuff like that. So,
really.
but Jack Osborne, we watch all the scary shit, and Jack Osborne
He
did
does cool stuff. Yeah.
a show. I don't know if it was on Discovery. I think probably Beth and I watched it, and he did one out at. It was Jay and Silent Bob. It was Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Whatever his real name is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But you know, the one that's always like Ichi, whatever, that fucking guy. And he and Jack Osborne were out there, and they caught somebody running, like on thermal.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody running down the desert, like middle of the night, no lights, nothing. Something running. It looked like a dude running and then ran up over a hill and like disappeared. And they never found it. Right. But it was on out in that ranch area. I don't know if it was on their ranch or something.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah. It was like right out in that area. I don't know if it was specific, like I said. Can't remember. But dude, shit like that, it's just fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Southwest, there's so much
There's
so
a
much
lot
land.
of like, plus it goes old because like the Native Americans were there thousands years before white people.
Thousands.
Like,
Yeah.
so like whatever, like we think like, oh, like I said, like, you know, like, oh, the history of America over on the East Coast is so cool because it's 400 years old. Well, fucking Native Americans have been in the Pacific Northwest
for thousands
of years.
Yeah.
Or like in the
Like there have been
Southwest.
human beings.
Like, yeah. People have been dying and being murdered for a lot longer in those places than just Americans. Like,
Yeah.
or
We're only a couple hundred
Europeans,
years
if you
old.
will. Yeah, exactly.
Think
So,
about
like,
America.
I'm sure like there's way worse shit in all those places than just us.
Exactly.
Even like in the north, in the, on the East Coast, there's Native Americans there though. Like,
Dude,
you look
wait
at
till
Roanoke
you go-
Island or
okay,
whatever,
so
like,
we
that's some
talked
crazy
about-
shit.
We have another show coming up for the Castro Files. It's the Paris Catacombs. Right. And that one is gnarly, right? We go into and we talk about there's 6 million human bodies, like the bones of humans, underneath the city of Paris.
Yeah,
It is
crazy.
literally built on bones.
Well,
you
technically
think
built
about that.
beforehand, but they put it all.
Well, they had
there.
they had the caves and everything.
Yeah, it's
And then
nuts.
they needed a place to go put people.
Yeah.
Right. And you think, wait till you go to Europe and on your trip, right? And you're gonna be like, I know you're going to Ireland, Scotland.
England, and Ireland.
Okay, so you are, yeah. So I mean, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? The history so much older. It's like Africa. The
Well, looking like
history
at
is so
Stonehenge
much
is older than the pyramids.
Right.
That's fucking bananas.
It's
so fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
It's gonna be gnarly. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I don't care about those questions. Sorry, I'm going through questions. Is there any superstition that freaks you out? Like triskaidekaphobia. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that
The
is.
fear of 13.
No, I don't know.
Fear of the number 13.
Nope.
I don't know why that one stuck with me. I learned it like a million years ago. and I just know it.
Scopophobia. No, not really.
Scopophobia. We did that one.
Fear of being looked at.
That's coming up too.
Shit. Honestly, give me some other phobia.
I don't even know any phobias.
I'm not really
off the top
scared
of
of. I mean, I guess I'm kind of like. I'm not scared of heights by any means. I can go up
Jamie's
high and not worried about anything. But like,
But
if
you have
I'm
a
close to
healthy
it-
respect
exactly.
for height.
I'm like, I
You're
don't
the
want to
same as
fucking
me.
fall from a high spot because that would suck. But like, I'm not worried about being in a high spot. If I'm like, behind a thing like a rail,
Yeah. Like I can hang. I can look
yeah, I
over
don't
and
give a
stuff
fuck.
like that.
Like, I'm not like dark. Nope. Silence. Nah. Man, I can't really think of anything. I'm really.
You've done too many fucking
Yeah,
things.
I'm not really-
I don't have a lot. I have like I said, the only thing for me, I'm not scared of it. It's lightning. I had a buddy got hit by lightning. They were out surfing. I wasn't with him, but he died at the beach, coming out of the water. Got his zipper got hit with lightning, and that always put this
Damn,
thing
that's
in my
some fucking
head.
shitty luck.
He was like 19 at
Ooh.
the time, and yeah,
Did you
so
survive it or
no, he died.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
he
he was in
died.
the water.
Yeah, so I mean, he was literally
Man.
walking out because the storm had come, but the storm was like still miles away. and it
Damn,
just-
man, that's
one of those things. So I have a healthy respect for lightning. I'm like, I know how quick it doesn't. But then again, you see fucking videos of dudes getting hit by lightning. There's one video that's bouncing around. Dude gets in a parking lot at night, gets hit by
Oh, I
lightning.
saw that. And he gets hit by again,
Fucking
right?
gets up. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And gets smacked
Yeah.
again, and then still gets up.
They need
Like,
to go buy a fucking lottery ticket.
Yeah.
So it's like,
oh, Pete,
shit.
speaking of that, I bought a lottery ticket. It's $850 million.
Good luck to that.
Right. So okay, I only bought one row. How many?
I
did you
bought,
take?
what's $10? Five rows.
Statistically, we're the same.
Statistically, that's a hard word. We're exactly the same. So whatever.
What do you think hell looks like? If you believe in hell, heaven and hell.
I believe in heaven and hell.
Okay.
Hell, I mean, I just imagine like the worst place, you know?
Do you
like,
think of like? Okay, go ahead. Let me.
well,
go ahead.
so you saw Bill and Ted's bogus journey, right? Where he goes to hell.
Yeah.
Exactly what I think of it.
Okay. I was thinking Harvey Keitel, and Adam Sandler. What was it?
Oh,
fucking Stevie, Little Nicky.
God, yeah,
Little Nicky.
Yeah.
All right.
See, that's a great one too.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I think of like a lot of times when I think of hell, what religion is correct? Who knows?
Right.
But I don't remember which religion it is. It has 7 layers of hell, like in
Divine, the Inferno.
the Inferno. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Dante's Inferno.
Mhm.
So like I played a video game like that of that movie, or that I played a video game about that a long time ago. It was on like PlayStation, I think.
Yeah, I
and
think
it was
I did.
great.
Yeah.
And it was very graphic. It was super cool. And so when I think of hell, my mind automatically goes to that because I watched it.
Fire,
demons, just the worst possible fucking thing you could possibly deal with, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I think of, like just the worst it could possibly be. So
I was thinking of Dante's
fire,
Inferno
pain,
as
there's
well.
all the
Yeah,
things,
just
you know,
the 7.
whether or not there's 7 layers or not in real life, or even if
We don't
hell
know.
exists in real life.
Yeah, we don't know.
Nobody knows because you die and then you never know. But
I kind of think
But
of
if
the
it
same.
exists,
That's the way
that's
I
what I
would
think
look
it
at
is,
it as
yeah.
well. It's if it's true, which I believe it is,
exactly.
that it don't fuck up too bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Give yourself some wiggle
some of these
room.
questions before this, let those ones slide. Right?
Give yourself some wiggle room.
Or have some good reasons.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh, me and my wife were talking about this a while ago.
All right.
Oh man. So I don't do a lot of conspiracy theories.
Okay.
But like probably my biggest conspiracy theory has nothing to do with like scary horror or anything. It's just a random conspiracy theory that I probably mostly believe. It's kind of political, but I'll just say it anyways. I don't give a fuck.
Sure, go for it. I don't care.
Like it seems like how the fuck did Joe Biden get 81 million fucking votes? The guy's a fucking moron. Whether or not the shit got stolen from Trump or not, like 70 whatever he got or whatever the fuck
the
it was.
most votes in history.
Yeah, for like a sitting president, and then somehow Biden outbeat Obama, which was like the most president, votes before him.
Mhm.
But somehow,
And then
Biden got
I
80
voted for Obama. Like twice.
I just
I mean, that was
it
me
makes
back
no
in the day.
it
though.
makes no sense to me.
I've
So
changed.
it just doesn't like I said, like
That's
I'm
okay.
reasonable and I'm logical. It doesn't make logical sense why 81 million people would vote for him. It just not besides the fact of anything else. It just doesn't logically make sense. Why would 81 million people vote for him?
Hmm.
It just doesn't make sense to me. So like,
It's fair.
there's some conspiracy there. I'm like, something happened. Whether I don't know what happened.
With the
but something happened. Whether it was
machines or
machines
whatever.
or people were hiding which ballots that happened, like ballot harvesting happened.
Mhm.
Like so, like some of that's true.
It's
It's
an
not really a
interesting-
conspiracy.
Yeah, it's an
but some of
interesting
it is a conspiracy for sure. I'm not saying what's real and what's not real. I have no idea.
It's a
I don't
conspiracy.
believe in
That's
like
the idea of
machines,
a
all about-
conspiracy theory.
but something clearly
It's all a
weird
conspiracy
because
theory until
it's
it
weird.
becomes
Yeah.
fact, and then it's just a conspiracy.
Exactly. And then it's
Right.
yeah, exactly. It's a conspiracy.
It
until
changes once
true.
you're able to
Like all the
prove
shit.
that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Mine is probably, I got a bunch of them. Like I just like I love going down the rabbit holes, especially nowadays with so many people out there. Like they do the quote unquote research for you, right? And it's I love
yeah.
watching
Some
other
English
people.
guy talking like, and if you pay attention to this,
Right.
and this will
But
happen.
the flat Earth, we're
Yeah.
only on the inner circle of the flat Earth.
He's got an English
But there
accent.
are
It's
4
probably
more
accurate.
rings around the
Yeah.
rosy.
He just sounds really,
yeah,
really
you're
smart.
like, what the fuck, right? So it's hilarious. But like probably conspiracy things, dude. I've gotten into recently, like time travel kind of things,
Oh yeah.
but like photos of people. Well, where you'll see somebody.
Like Nick Cage is a time traveler.
Have you seen like all those people that
Yeah,
look
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
the similar? But even more so where you have somebody like either in the past that has what looks like a piece of technology from current day,
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
or
yeah,
somebody from that's current day that is completely like you don't even have documentation like that's in any database, but you are here.
Yeah.
Like, why in the fuck? And you were married to this woman who's now 90 years old or dead, but existed. Like,
Mhm.
how does that shit happen, right? So that time travel kind of like, it's interesting to me. Like those, is it a conspiracy? Probably, yeah, it's conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's conspiracy theory. So is time travel real? I don't know, but that's a fun one that I kind of go down.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess another, I don't know if it's a conspiracy, technically, if it's a conspiracy, but another one of my favorites is like, that I like, kind of like almost believe. If you believe in like aliens and the UFO sightings and shit, honestly, it's kind of funny. So like, I thought of this like in my mind to myself a long time ago. And then I saw it's like in some book and maybe it's like, what do you call that effect where you like see something
Placebo effect.
No. It's where you see something that you think is real, but it's not real. It's like starts with an M. It's like
Mandela effect. Thank you.
Nelson Mandela effect. Yeah.
The Nelson effect.
The Nelson Mandela effect.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was something like that where I saw a long time when I was a kid and I
Berenstein
I
versus
assumed it was a real
Berenstein.
thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I had this thing in my mind that I thought I had made up. And I was like, oh, what if the UFO sightings you see are actually future humans coming back to visit, or they're in time machines or
they've
whatever.
just been around the whole time. They're like,
or yeah, exactly. So there's a new movie called 65 on you can watch.
oh, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
So I'll give you a quick, just like, I'm not going to ruin anything for you, but he comes to Earth, and I don't even know. I didn't really pay that close attention, so I don't know if he's from the future or he's from like the way past where they have way better technology, or from another universe with better technology. But either way, he comes to Earth during the time of dinosaurs. That part's in the commercials. So
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, you're not giving it. Yeah, there's no.
But it made me think about like, well, what if all these UFO sightings you see are actually like futuristic people, humans, that are just so far advanced and so far like evolutionary advanced that they look weird to us, or they're in some type of suit because they like they're so evolutionary advanced that they can't deal with our atmosphere or whatever. And that's what we're seeing. So these UFOs, these aliens aren't really like aliens.
Fucking lizard people on airplanes, bro.
Sometime in the future, fucking who knows?
Telling you.
So
that dude ain't real.
So that's another fucking kind of conspiracy that I kind of like. I'm
pretty sure that dude is not flying economy if he's a lizard person.
Oh, that video.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Exactly. So like, I don't know. That's another one I kind of like. I'm like,
fun.
It's
at least fun to entertain.
Exactly.
Come on.
Do I believe in it?
Dude, we go to the movies to go to the movies.
Exactly. You want to be
now
entertained.
you literally have the movies in your hand.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want. And that's the funnest part about this whole fucking thing, right? Absolutely. Are you afraid of clowns?
Clowns?
Clowns.
Absolutely not.
No. Just what if a clown just like randomly showed up behind?
I mean, if a clown
like, just punched the shit out of it,
jumped up behind me, I'd probably be like,
like grab it by his
but I wouldn't like
pin it
be
against the
scared
wall.
of a clown. I'm not scared of clowns. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
A jump scare is a jump scare, but like I'm not scared
Yeah.
of clowns.
I'm
No.
not- Clowns are just nowadays they're synonymous with like pedophiles. I mean,
whatever
for
reason,
me,
kind of hard. Yeah. Well, John Wayne Gacy was a fucking clown, and he
that's
also
what
was
I
a
kind of like, or murderer or some shit like that. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I don't know, like what were they, Bobo or Hobo the clown or whatever?
What's that? All those movies Rob Zombie made. He had the main character.
Dude, Devils, the devil, whatever. Yeah,
I
hated those fucking movies.
Fucking love them.
Dude, I was
he
like,
made such good
because they were just so fucking gross and dark.
Yes,
dark.
Exactly.
And
Which is why I love him. His
and
horror movies were so
like,
good.
I know, and I appreciate that for that, but it was just like that was the edge, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I don't need to go that far.
Yeah,
right. I mean, he literally pushed the edge of.
Yeah, this is like early 2000s, late 90s.
Actor passed away maybe like a couple years ago.
Doctor.
Can't remember. Yeah, but a couple years ago, right?
Name, not real name.
And I was like, dude, I was at my buddy's house. I remember watching House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes.
And I was like,
one of my favorites.
Fuck.
As far as horror movies go, that's one of my favorites.
I was like, I can never like get that hour and a half of my life back. He's like, you didn't like it? I was like, no, I fucking hated it. Which was absolutely probably the intent
Absolutely.
Rob Zombie he wanted because it was literally
That's what
that
makes you
macabre.
get scared when you like drive
I
through
wasn't
a weird old
scared.
No,
I was
I'm
like,
saying,
it was just grotesque.
I mean, scared when you drive through an old town. You're like, okay, this town has
Hills
one
Have
gas
Eyes.
station.
It's the fucking Hills
Has
Have
one
Eyes.
gas station, and it's a weird.
And that's why I
like,
carry a gun everywhere.
yeah, exactly.
Fucking right. I mean,
Exactly.
that's like all I'm doing.
None
Like,
of those
fuck
people
you.
carry guns.
Like
They're all like
nope, you're
teenagers.
gonna lock yourself in the car when I'm in the bathroom, and that's it.
Just come to the bathroom with me.
Or yeah.
We're
Fuck
married.
this.
It's not
Yeah.
that weird.
Fucking.
You've seen me shit
Yeah,
before.
exactly. It's gnarly. All right, we're getting close to the end here. Would you ever participate in a seance?
That's with the Ouija board and shit.
That's a Ouija board. This is like where somebody's like you're holding hands or you're doing something
See,
like
that
that.
goes back to the point where like, I don't believe in it. But if some, I would imagine
it's like vibrating.
Yeah. So I imagine I'd only be in a seance if somebody asked me to be in a seance. So like if Angela was like, I want to try to speak to my whatever the fuck. Or my mom was like, I want to try to speak to my grandpa. Or if there was some reason for it, I would totally do it because
Bozo's the.
But I'm not going to be like, hey, let's hold a seance.
No, I wouldn't
believe
know
in
how
that
to
shit.
do
So,
it.
like, I wouldn't do it because I don't believe in it.
I think I'd try it.
You know what I mean? I would absolutely do it if somebody asked me to do it.
As long as somebody knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then make sure this shit's closed out.
Yeah.
Like whatever you do. Right. Say goodbye. Do whatever the thing
like
is.
in the movie Insidious. She does a bunch of conjurings in that movie multiple times.
That movie's called The Conjuring on top of that.
No, Insidious, the other one.
No, I know. But there's also the other ones.
Exactly.
So it started.
So
somewhere.
like it's I don't know. I mean, movies make it look scary. Was it really scary in real life? I doubt it.
I
But
have no fucking idea.
it's all in your mind.
Dude, there was this. So in New Orleans, there's this really infamous serial killer woman.
Yeah.
That had like tons of slaves, and it's a very.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's in one of the episodes or one of the seasons of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she used to hold seances, and then, but she also like what do you call it? She would murder, all her slaves
horrible
during during the seances and during different
and shit.
rituals. It was fucking gnarly, dude. Like that's where like a lot of the shit goes to. And I mean, it's not just like Beetlejuice. Like
exactly.
I don't know, man. It can get creepy. So, all right. Last question.
Oh shit.
All right. What's the most disturbing song that you've ever heard?
Most disturbing song?
Yep, just a song. Probably like Katy Perry or something.
Yeah, I say like I'm trying to think of something my wife listens to a lot.
T Swift, like just some Taylor Swift shit going.
No, disturbing song. I don't know. Like
there's something.
Probably something my wife listens to a lot. I'm like, oh, please just change the song.
No,
I honestly don't know. Like, there's not. I mean, I don't know what.
Sorry, Angela.
I don't know what this disturbing song would even be. Like, I mean, I listen to like death metal. Don't care. K-pop is annoying. Most pop in general is super annoying.
Most music is annoying.
God, that was a podcast.
I know, exactly.
Like music is annoying, and this is from like 2000 to like 2012, 2010, even 8.
Washed Up Good. No, these are questions asked out of thoughtcatalog.com.
THOT catalog. Go ahead and Google that.
Yep. I'm not a Cosmo guy. So that's the end of the show. Thank you so much, Peter, for joining me. It was just a fun one. Talking some shit on a Saturday. I hope you guys had a great afternoon. Have a great evening. Like I said, go out, like, subscribe to The Bar Is Open and the Castro Files channel if you don't mind. We'll post this out. We'll have some clips coming. We'll doctor up the Castro Files side of it. So with that, thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys have a great afternoon. Cheers.
See ya.